What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're going to be breaking down the last part of the E3 reveal for ESports Boxing Club, and that is the menu. And I feel like this is something that doesn't get a lot of attention, but it deserves it. It's hugely underrated, but hugely important. So off the start, you guys can see the menu that they show here, and I mean, I said it right off the start, it is appealing to the eyes. It really is. It is a good looking menu. I know it sounds stupid, but it is just sexy to the eyes. It really is. They've done a smashing job with this. So as you're right off the start, we have got on the top left, we've got quick fight, and it says jump into the action and fight against an AI fighter. So no split screen there, but we'll get into that in a moment. Then underneath that says continue career, continue your pro career. Then underneath that, now this is the cool part, create a custom boxer, cutman, promoter, or coach. And now that is fucking awesome. So we are going to be able to have them. Now I'm thinking, will we be able, as we can create our own custom cutman, promoter, and coach, will we be able to have a career as one of those? Could we be a coach in a career? Could we be maybe not a cutman, maybe we could be a promoter in a career or a coach in a career? I don't know, but you know, still pretty cool. Then we go into the middle bit that draws everyone's attention, and that is the store where it says new fighters available, and there is a Lomachenko there. I just want to say real quick from Meme Man himself that is a placeholder. Lomachenko is a placeholder. That does not mean he is definitely a DLC fighter. It also means he's not a DLC fighter, but that is, as of right now, a placeholder. The Venom doesn't mean anything. Lomachenko being there doesn't mean anything. It's just a placeholder fighter as of right now, or at least what we've been told by the devs. Then we go over to the right where it says news, and then underneath on the black header it says Esports League kicking off. So my assumption here is, when it comes to news, this will be, let's say the Esports Boxing Club tournament takes place, it will tell you, let's say I win it, for example, it will then say Study wins Esports Boxing Club's WBC world title, becomes Esports Boxing Club world champion, or something like that. And you better scroll through, as you can see, it's got 5 little dashes. You better scroll through each of those and you know, be able to navigate the news that's going on in the Esports Boxing Club world. And I don't think it's going to be in the boxing world, and the reason that is because just below that we see events, and we see Canelo versus Plant. Now on the bottom is censored out. Whether or not that is the confirmed date, maybe these guys know it because Canelo is in the game, I don't know as of right now. But it is cool to see them put the events there. Maybe there'll be some kind of betting system where, like, you know, you can prediction system where you can predict who wins and how they win. UFC 3 or UFC 2 used to do that, I believe, where you used to be to predict the fights that are coming up. I would imagine they'll only do it for major events. I doubt they'll do it for every single event, the boxing event that happens, because you're going to have like 3 or 4 a day, which would just be absolutely insane. And then one more thing that I noticed below that, if we drop all the way down to the bottom, we can see the music and the song, and down there obviously you've actually got the play, fast forward, stop, and rewind, shuffle as well, which I thought was quite cool for it to be on the main menu. So you should be able to be on the store and go down one more and then do it, or maybe it's like L1 R1. No, it wouldn't be L1 R1, sorry. Maybe you go down and you can choose, which I think is a really cool feature, instead of just being random or having to go all the way into your settings, which I like a lot. And then if we jump all the way down to the bottom left, just show you guys quick down there, as you see select, back, settings, and social, which is pretty cool. So maybe there'll be, you know, you press Y or triangle to get up your social. Maybe it shows like who's playing the game at the moment. And then we're going to go across to the top where we see the main hub that we see there. And then we've got across in order local, career, online, my boxer, and create. Now, my assumption would be local is going to be all split screen basis, because if you see there, quick fight is against AI, so local must be all split screen. And then obviously we go to career, and that must be where it says create a new career, which we'll jump into in a moment. And then we jump across to online, which obviously will probably say, you know, quick match, unranked, ranked, invite a friend, something along those lines. And then obviously you got my boxer. Whether or not that means my boxer, as in you have one specific active boxer, or whether that means my boxers, maybe that'll be adjusted in the future. I don't know, but you know, maybe it'll be a bit like NBA, where you have, like, you know, my player, but you can still create more. So maybe it'll be something like that, where, you know, I would have Study, but I could still create, say, Mayweather and Gervonta Davis and stuff as other boxers that I can create. Down there on the bottom left where it says create custom boxer. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe creating a custom boxer for people to use is different to my boxer, but that is all just complete guess from my brain alone. And then on the far, we've got create, and obviously that for me is just the same as down there, where you create custom boxer, cutman, promoter, or coach, which is why I'm intrigued to see that it says my boxer or create, or maybe it's just my boxer is just the active boxer you've got going in your career, so you can do his stats, you can do tattoos, you can do shorts. I don't know. But we're not quite done with the screen yet, guys. If we look at all the way up in the top right, we see it says Grass Kidney 652. He's got £100,000 because that is obviously the currency, these guys being a UK-based company. And then we've got 100,000 XP out of 120,000. The blue bar is like halfway there, which is kind of weird. But anyways, and then we've got a bronze glove. Now, Mean Man said that is a placeholder, that bronze glove. Now, I don't actually believe him this time. I believe that is some kind of ranked system. I believe you will get a bronze glove, a copper glove, a silver glove, a gold glove, maybe a platinum glove, something like that, depending on your online rank. I generally believe that. I could be wrong, or it could be like the old Call of Duty calling cards and emblems. So that could just be the emblem, which is why it's just all bronze, because it's really basic and they've not adjusted it. Maybe you'd be able to have your flag, you know, let's just say a Brazilian flag, for example, and then maybe as a logo you'd be able to have, I don't know, a picture of the WBC belt. I don't know, off the top of my head, but my first instinct, other than the calling card and logo, is for it to be the bronze glove is your rank in ranked, I suppose. But then obviously the only thing is, if you don't like playing online, then you're going to have a really boring image up there the whole time. But who knows, we'll have to wait and see. Then we go on to the next screen, and this would obviously be in the career if you would go on R1, R1, R1. This is obviously the career, and you can see right up the top right, we have 100 points out of the 31. I assume that's 100 points out of a calendar month to like train and spar and stuff. Then we have the little 3 icons, which I assume is fans, with 1,000 fans, $15,000. And then we have 4 weeks with a little glove next to it, which I assume is 4 weeks until your next fight. And then the current date, which just says there, 11th of the 3rd, 2020. Yet again, the character Grass Kidney. Underneath it says level 10. And obviously, if you guys remember from the videos they showed back before with when the alpha gameplay, they show a lot of the cut men, promoters, and coaches required a certain fighter level to unlock, and for them to unlock certain skills. You could have a coach or something that hit certain skills would unlock at certain boxer levels. So maybe that is amongst the XP system. Although, with only 1,000 fans, he is 90 rated, so I assume this is just for show, obviously. But then the main centerpiece, obviously, here is choose existing boxer or create new boxer, which is interesting. Obviously, with the existing boxer, we've obviously got Hatton and Arturagatti, and I think that's Warrington, I think, off the top of my head. Please don't shoot me if it's not. And then we have, obviously, create a new boxer. So it's cool that we can use existing boxers, but one thing I want to point out, down the bottom left, this is why I made this video, because lots of things I don't think you guys noticed. Down the bottom left, it says A to negotiate. So maybe that's there as a little bit of an Easter egg, because that doesn't really make much sense on this screen. But it's interesting that it says A to negotiate, B to go back. So I think that's quite interesting. We can obviously see Lyndon Arthur and what looks like Conor Benn in the background, either side of the Conor Benn's on the left, Lyndon Arthur's on the right. So, you know, it's interesting they would have that, though. I think that's quite cool. It's cool, you know. So that's obviously maybe a hint that in career you'll be able to negotiate your fights, which you already kind of know, but it's cool that there is a singular button to negotiate your fights, which I thought was really cool. And then we go on to the third screen. Now, this could be one of two things. I'm going to say one that everyone thinks it's going to be, then I'm going to say my second reason and why I can back it up. Now, the first reason is this is some form of online. You can fight for a certain title in ranked. There can be as many champions as you want, but you can fight for a certain title. If this is online, maybe you can win the IBF, win the WBC, win the WBO, and you get a trophy for being unified online, perhaps. So a lot of people think that that's what it is. It's just some kind of online rank system, or there's actually 3 points, sorry. Or my second point is obviously yet again down the bottom left it says negotiate. Then up the top right, obviously we've still got the fighter with the money, the fans, and stuff like that. So maybe you, in your career, you choose to enter a federation. That's what this seems to more be like. So this one and my next one are more plausible than the online ranked thing, in my opinion. So this one seems more plausible to be a career mode, and you choose a federation, enter first, so then you can go and win the other. So let's say I choose to enter the IBF, the first title in the rankings I'm in, so I would become the IBF mandatory before I'd suddenly become the WBC mandatory, so I don't just win random titles, because then I could go to, say, welterweight and win the WBC, then I might want to move up to middleweight and just go straight for the IBF. I don't have to just win whatever. It's not just always in order of WBC, IBF, WBO. So that's my thought with the career mode. And the third one, is that this is as simple as a quick match system. If you want to play with your friends, you guys can actually fight for titles, which a lot of people ask for. You know, you can do exhibitions for titles, and you and your friends can fight for titles. And the reason I say it is if we go to the next screen, we have got Joe Joyce versus Joe Frazier. One thing I'm going to point out right off the start is in the middle of them, it has the WBC title. And that is why I believe that that thing could be some kind of quick match system. One thing I want to point out there is in the title though, obviously the WBC, you know, are part of the game. Tyson Fury is actually on the image, I believe. That looks like Tyson Fury from how I'm looking at it on the monitor anyways. I could be wrong, but I'm not going to completely bank on that. Now, if we focus on the actual tale of the tape itself, some people were saying I don't, you know, this is like a weird matchup system. This is not when you choose your fighter. This is after your fighters have been chosen. This is the tale of the tape. It says down the bottom there, tale of the tape, WBC heavyweight belt title, 12 rounds. I'd prefer if it just said WBC heavyweight belt or a heavyweight title. I don't really think it needs to be World Boxing Championship heavyweight belt title. I think that's a bit too much. I'd quite like WBC heavyweight title, but you know, it is what it is. And then obviously we've got the in-game character, which I love the look of. Joe Frazier's old school gloves, Joe Joyce's new school gloves. 12-0 with 1 draw, 11 KOs. You can see from Joe Joyce there. From Joe Frazier, we see 32-4 with 1 draw with 27 KOs. The flags for both men, we've got age, height, weight, reach, and then we have stance and orthodox spelt 2 different ways, which I had to point out. I'm sorry, mean man, I had to point it out. It was too funny not to. But I love this screen. You know, I'm a real nerd when it comes to things like this, like the menus and shit. I don't know why. I think it just has to be appealing to your eyes. You have to want to be able to look at a menu. That's the key. You have to want to be able to look at it and just go, this is good. This is a good looking menu. And that's what has been done with these menus here. They have smashed it. Everything about it. You know, fighters look amazing. That goes without saying. But the menus and the layouts of everything look fucking fantastic. And I'm a huge fan. The fonts they use are perfect. The backgrounds and borders they use are always perfect. And I just want to say, they've absolutely smashed it. They really have. Sorry for the abrupt cut, guys. Dog went crazy. And then on the so obviously we've got the Still City Interactive logo and ESports Boxing Club on the left, and then on the right we've got the Cleto Rays logo, which you already know is a brand. So that's nothing new or mind blowing. Obviously, up at top, we do have what looks to be a basketball in like the Saturn planet shape thing. I don't know what that stadium would be, but you know, it's packed out crowd. Obviously, you know, Joe Joyce, Joe Frazier for the WBC. Insane matchup. I would really enjoy to see one round of this fight. Maybe like a third round, you know, where they're both, the filling out process is over and they're now fighting. I'd love to see like a full round of this game, and that's probably my biggest request, would be to see one full round. But there is nothing else from the menus that we've seen, and nothing else that I can see to break down. And you know, well done to these guys. They've absolutely fucking smashed it. The presentation is on point. Well done to everyone involved. The only person I know who's involved really, because that's one of the ones I speak to, is Mean Man, and he has done an absolutely incredible job with it. I told him right off the start that the menu looks fucking excellent, and that he really has done a good job, and the whole team have. And you know, well done to everyone. But yeah, I'm just going to end it here, guys. So thanks always for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like, subscribe down below. Let me know if you saw anything that maybe I didn't. I feel like I went quite in detail with it. So maybe if you guys saw something I didn't, let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.